You are standing on a familiar beach. The sky is slightly overcast, and the air is completely still. But then you notice the ocean. The water is rapidly receding, pulling back miles from the shore, leaving behind an unnatural, eerie silence. Before you can even turn to run, the horizon goes dark. You look up, and your stomach completely drops. A massive, towering wall of dark blue water is blocking out the sun. It is a tidal wave of impossible proportions, and it is coming right for you. You try to scream, you try to sprint, but your legs feel like they are made of lead. The shadow falls over you, the water crashes down, and right as you begin to drown, you wake up, gasping for air. If you have ever had a dream about a tidal wave, a tsunami, or drowning in deep water, you already know it is one of the most emotionally intense, exhausting nightmares a human being can experience. But what is your subconscious actually trying to tell you when it sends the flood?
To understand the tidal wave, we first have to understand the water. In Western psychology, particularly in the analytical framework developed by Carl Jung, water is the ultimate universal symbol for the unconscious mind and our raw, unfiltered emotions. When you dream of a calm, perfectly still lake, it reflects a period of profound emotional peace and clarity in your waking life. But when your dream throws you into the path of a violent, towering tsunami, the psychological translation is crystal clear. You are completely and utterly overwhelmed. A tidal wave nightmare rarely happens when you are relaxed. It strikes when you are suppressing a massive, heavy burden in the waking world. It could be a rapidly approaching deadline at work, a mountain of financial anxiety, a failing relationship, or a deep, unprocessed grief that you have been actively ignoring. You have been building a dam inside your mind to keep these heavy emotions away so you can just function day to day. But the subconscious mind does not allow you to ignore your feelings forever. The tidal wave is your brain's way of breaking the dam. It is a psychological intervention. Your mind is warning you that if you do not turn around and voluntarily face the rising waters of your anxiety, they are going to crash down and drown you anyway.
If Western psychology views the tidal wave as a mental dam breaking, Eastern spiritual traditions view it as a massive energetic blockage. In Eastern energy systems, water is the exact element associated with the Sacral Chakra, or Svadhisthana. Located just below the navel, this energetic center governs our emotions, our intimacy, and our creative flow. When this chakra is balanced, your emotional energy moves like a gentle, steady river. You feel adaptable, passionate, and at peace. But a dream of a tidal wave is a harsh warning that your sacral chakra is violently out of alignment. When you constantly absorb the toxic energy of the people around you, or when you completely detach from your own feelings to avoid getting hurt, that emotional energy severely stagnates. It stops flowing and starts pooling. The towering wave in your dream is that stagnant energy finally reaching a breaking point. Your energetic body is telling you that you can no longer control the ocean by building walls. You have to let the water flow. You must release the emotions you are holding on to, or they will inevitably rise up and consume you. Waking up from a dream of drowning is universally terrifying. But if we look through the lens of classical Islamic dream interpretation, pioneered by the legendary 8th century scholar Ibn Sirin, we find a massive, incredibly surprising twist. In this tradition, drowning is not automatically a nightmare. In fact, the true meaning of the dream depends entirely on one single detail: the clarity of the water. If you dream of drowning in dark, murky, muddy, or chaotic water, it is a somber warning. It signifies a coming trial, a heavy worldly tribulation, or a sign that you are straying off your righteous path and becoming overwhelmed by the chaotic illusions of the material world. But the context changes everything. If you dream of sinking into perfectly pure, crystal clear seawater, and you do not feel any pain as you go under, the meaning shifts entirely. It transforms from a nightmare into a breathtaking blessing. Drowning in pure water symbolizes plunging headfirst into an ocean of immense wealth, gaining profound, life-changing knowledge, or being completely surrounded by divine blessings. The ocean is no longer a threat, it is a profound gift. So before you panic at the sight of the water, try to remember how clear it was.
Whether your tidal wave is a manifestation of overwhelming waking anxiety, a deeply blocked sacral chakra, or a divine test of your spiritual clarity, the ultimate lesson of the water is always the same. You cannot stop the ocean by building walls. The next time you find yourself standing on that dark beach, looking up at the impossible wall of water, try to remember that this is your mind's way of asking for balance. Do not run. Turn and face the wave. Let your repressed emotions flow. Clear your stagnant energy, and trust that if the water is pure, you will not drown. You will finally learn how to swim. Thank you for exploring the depths of the subconscious with us here on the Dream Guide. If this video brought you clarity, please leave a like and subscribe for more journeys into the mind. Tell us about your most intense water dream in the comments below. And until next time, sleep well.